Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the news edition. These are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received the ambassadors of Sweden, Egypt, Switzerland and Sudan who paid him a farewell visit. In Gumerdes, more than 400 executives of the Polisario Front gathered for the 13th edition of the Summer University, a strategic political event for the Sahrawi cause. In France, the Minister of Interior, Bruno Retailleau, maintains his hatred policy which weakens the social cohesion, a proof of his total failure. Gaza is still under Zionist blockade. The humanitarian aid can't enter the enclave, and the Zionist entity keeps targeting hungry Palestinians waiting for food distribution. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received this Sunday the ambassador of the Kingdom of Sweden to Algeria, Bjorn Hagmark, who paid him a farewell visit. We'll listen to the ambassador's statement.
I had the great honor of being received today for a farewell audience by His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune. This meeting was an opportunity to congratulate each other on the excellent relations between Sweden and Algeria, which date back to the era of independence. We discussed various opportunities to further strengthen these relations, both politically and economically. We also discussed the importance of pursuing multilateral cooperation based on sound principles. After spending 4 years here in Algiers, I'm preparing to leave this beautiful country with excellent memories. Algeria is a warm and welcoming country, and I was particularly touched by the interest shown here in Sweden. Sweden, as a member of the European Union, will continue to work to develop these valuable ties.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received this Sunday the ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt to Algeria, Mukhtar Gamil Tawfiq Warida, who paid him a farewell visit. And now I invite you to listen to the ambassador's statement.
تشرفت اليوم بلقاء فخامة الرئيس عبد المجيد تبون
Today I had the honor of meeting the President of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria as part of a farewell visit marking the end of my mission as Ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt to Algeria. During my meeting, I conveyed to His Excellency the warmest greetings and sincere best wishes from his brother, His Excellency the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, along with his deep commitment to the fraternal relations that unite the two presidents. I also emphasized our shared commitment to continue consultation, coordination, and the strengthening of joint cooperation in the interest of both brotherly peoples, in line with the bonds of fraternity and affection that unite them in the service of their common interests. In his turn, President Tebboune conveyed his warmest greetings and best wishes to President al-Sisi, as well as his deep appreciation for Egypt's ongoing efforts under the leadership of President al-Sisi in favor of peace, stability and development, especially in light of the multiple crises and challenges facing our region and the world. I expressed to the President my great pride in having served as Egypt's ambassador to Algeria and extended my heartfelt thanks and high appreciation for this noble feelings toward Egypt and its people. I also thanked the Algerian government for the genuine cooperation and sincere support I experienced throughout my mission. During my tenure, we succeeded in reinforcing and developing Egyptian-Algerian relations, which are marked by a unique strategic character and deep historical ties. Today, these relations are witnessing concrete progress and continuous growth across various sectors. I also highlighted the importance of maintaining coordination, political consultation on international matters, especially regarding the Palestinian cause, the Libyan file, and the situation in the Sahel region, whether bilaterally or within the framework of the League of Arab States, the African African Union or the United Nations. Finally, I renew to His Excellency the President my deep gratitude and esteem and conveyed Egypt's most sincere wishes to Algeria, its leadership and noble, generous people for continued progress, prosperity and prominence. This is not a goodbye, but a see you soon. Long live Egypt, long live Algeria.
تحيا مصر وتحيا الجزائر والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The President of the Republic also received this Sunday the Ambassador of the Swiss Confederation to Algeria, Pierre Rifou, who paid him a farewell visit. We'll listen to the Ambassador's statement. I invite you to have a listen to the Ambassador's statement.
Je viens de rencontrer Son Excellence le Président de la République.
I have just met with His Excellency the President of the Republic. As always, we had a very warm and meaningful conversation. We reflected on the shared history that unites our two countries and also spoke about the future, particularly the near future, with a major trade fair scheduled for September. It will be an opportunity, but at the Pan-African and bilateral levels, to strengthen and protect innovation. We also discussed our commitment as non-aligned or neutral states in support of global peace and justice. Many other important topics were also addressed. What binds our two countries is a shared past that dates back to Saint Augustin and values embodied by Amir Abdel Qadir. As I mentioned a few days ago during the Swiss National Day celebration, I live in Algeria with deep gratitude, memorable encounters and unforgettable moments. I sincerely hope that the relations between our two friendly nations will continue to blossom and thrive.
Les pays amis continueront de fleurir et de prospérer. Je vous remercie.
And the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received this Sunday the Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Algeria, Nadia Mohamed Khair Osman, who paid him a farewell visit. Let's have a listen to the Ambassador's statement.
لقد تشرفت اليوم وسعدت بمقابلة صاحب الفخامة السيد الرئيس عبد المجيد تبون.
Today I had the honor and pleasure of being received by President Abdelmajid Tebboune on the occasion of the end of my mission as Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Algeria. I would like to express my deep gratitude to the President for this meeting filled with satisfaction and pride, which demonstrates the quality of relations between our two countries. Our meeting provided an opportunity to review the achievements made during my term, particularly in strengthening bilateral ties in various fields, such as the economy, trade, culture and sports, as well as in political dialogue and delegation exchanges. We also discussed documentary cooperation projects, culminating in the publication of the first joint work dedicated to Sudan's role in supporting the Algerian Revolution, a work that is part of the shared historical heritage between our two nations. We are convinced that this project will contribute to strengthen bilateral relations and preserving a precious shared memory for future generations. President Tebboune expressed his hope that these efforts will continue in order to further elevate the level of cooperation between our two countries, commensurate with the deep historical ties and fraternal relations that unite our two people. On this occasion, I conveyed to His Excellency the greetings of his brother, the President of the Transitional Sovereignty Council of Sudan, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, as well as the gratitude of the Sudanese people and authorities for Algeria's continued support in the face of regional and international challenges. This support reflects the values of heritage of an Algerian people who are united and faithful to their principles. Finally, I would like to sincerely thank the Algerian officials for their availability, their warm welcome and their constant support throughout my mission. On a personal level, I will remember with emotion and gratitude the affection and respect shown to me by the Algerian people who sincerely opened their hearts to me. My stay in Algeria remained a rich professional and human experience marked by precious memories. I sincerely wish for a prosperous and promising future for relations between our two countries.
مع خالص تمنياتي لعلاقاتنا الثنائية بمزيد من التقدم والازدهار ولكم الشكر والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
These audiences were held in the presence of the advisor to the President of the Republic in charge of diplomatic affairs, Ammar Abba. as part of the reshuffle carried out by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, within the ranks of the President of the Judicial Councils, public prosecutors, Presidents of courts and state governors at the administrative courts. The Minister of Justice, Seals Keeper Lotfi Boujma, presided over a ceremony for the installation of the President of the Judicial Council and the Public Prosecutor of Constantine. The Minister of Justice, Seals Keeper, assured that this reshuffle aims to improve the quality of legal operations through the nomination of qualified people who proved themselves through the years. In Boumerdas, more than 400 Sahrawi executives gathered for the Polisario official summer university, a 13th edition under the theme Fight and Sacrifice for Total Independence and Freedom, an unmissable event to discuss the political, legal and diplomatic issues of the Sahrawi cause and continue the unwavering fight for self-determination. In France, Bruno Retailleau maintains his hatred speech and discrimination policy, revealing his limits in facing complex challenges. Najah Tayyar with the details.
Retailleau portrays himself as a savior amid chaos, yet his actions only deepen France's political deterioration. He frequently shifts blame onto immigrants, turning them into convenient scapegoats for crises of his own making. His inflammatory rhetoric and baseless accusations do little to mask his failure to maintain security or handle internal affairs, such as provocative behavior and becoming of his official role reveals more about his shortcomings than any solution he claims to offer. So far, Bruno has produced no results on the issue we've raised. All he's doing is just posturing. The simple reason is that in his head, he's already a presidential candidate. He's trying to carve out space for himself. He's fumbling because he knows that once he's no longer interior minister, others will be waiting to take his place, so he's trying to exist just through words. Speaking as though he represents all of France, Retailleau frequently comments on foreign affairs, overstepping his role as interior minister. His overreach mirrors the dysfunction of a government struggling with its own crisis. Do you want an interior minister who focuses on the security of the French people? The problem is that he's acting like a political figure, like a president. He's trying to position himself, but in an incredibly clumsy way. For the moment you're appointed a minister, if you don't agree with the government's direction, you resign. What began as personal prejudice has now taken shape as official policy, marked by a clear drift from constitutional values and basic human rights. Retailleau, dubbed by some as the Minister of Racism, has shown neither a political vision nor a meaningful plan for France's future.
The Moroccans keep protesting against the normalization with the Zionist entity, calling it a betrayal of Palestine and rejecting the official policy of the Mahsen regime. Najah Tayyar once again.
Across major Moroccan cities, from Rabat to Casablanca, the protest movement remains strong, with thousands of citizens regularly marching to voice their firm opposition to the normalization of ties between Morocco and the Zionist entity. While authorities promote this normalization as economically beneficial, many Moroccans view it as a betrayal of core principles, particularly to the Palestinian cause. The widespread mobilization underscores a sharp disconnect between the strategic decisions of the Mahsen and the will of the people. This masquerade must end. This organized famine and all diplomatic, academic, economic and commercial ties with this usurping entity. It cannot be considered a state, but rather an occupying and murderous entity that kills innocents and defenseless Gazans. The protesters condemn what they see as the silent complicity of Moroccan authorities and firmly reject any partnership with a regime they accuse of committing war crimes in Gaza. Their slogans leave no room for doubt. They demand an immediate end to all ties with the occupying entity. These agreements with the Zionist entity are widely blamed for the worsening of the daily reality of Moroccans. Now the unemployment has surged to 33% and more than 5 million people live below the poverty line and the public debt near $100 billion. In the eyes of the demonstrators, the normalization process was imposed and clearly clashes with the sentiment of the Moroccan public. They continue to take to the streets, upholding a long-standing position of solidarity with the Palestinian people. To them, the Zionist state is not a legitimate one, but rather the main force behind the ongoing suffering of the Palestinians.
More than 500,000 Palestinians, mostly children and women, are facing famine because of the Zionist blockade that keeps the humanitarian aid from entering Gaza, in addition to the daily massacres of civilians. Our team met Miriam, a little girl with an infinite courage facing famine and the daily danger of death. More details with Wissam Abu Zaid and Rania Al-Bahri.
Maryam is a small Palestinian girl. Her bones are sticking out, her skin is tight, but her heart still beats through the pain. She's suffering from severe hunger. After months without food, her body is weak and fragile. Her mother is by her side, also starving and unable to help. She watches her daughter fade away.
أنا خايفة على بنتي تموت بس مش أكتر.
I'm afraid of losing my daughter. When she says, "Mom, forgive me," it breaks my heart. I'm scared she will die at any moment. I just want a way to bring her back to how she was. Miriam is just one of the 17,000 Palestinian children suffering from extreme malnutrition. Her story shows the terrible humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where the Zionist entity blocks food aid from reaching people. When the food stopped, that's when Miriam's health got worse. She asks me for food, but there's nothing, and even if there is, I have no money. Why? Because the war destroyed our income, and the borders are closed. In the displaced people's camps, the pain is the same. Men, women, and children are trying to survive in very harsh and inhumane conditions. Food, medicine, even clean water are out of reach for over 2 million Palestinians. At the same time, diseases are spreading fast across Gaza. Everyone should know how people are living in these camps. Families are packed into tents with no protection, not from winter cold or summer heat. People are starving. No fruits, no vegetables, no meat. The health system in Gaza is in a very bad shape. The Zionist occupation continues its brutal massacres against the unarmed Palestinian people. Today, no fewer than 70 Palestinians were martyred and dozens more injured as a result of Zionist attacks, targeting groups of civilians waiting for food aid, an act that starkly contradicts humanitarian values and violates all international treaties aimed at protecting human rights.
And with this extremely sad and heartbreaking story, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.